It amazes me, and it still does, that Donald Trumpers, Republicans, and other democracy-hating filth in this country are so quick to object, yell, scream, hoof, and holler about what Joe Biden has done, but hasn't said two words to this day about what Donald Trump has done. You didn't object when you heard Donald Trump say he likes to grab him by the pussy. His words, not mine. You didn't object when he kicked the American media out of the Oval Office and handed two Russian spies classified information entrusted to him by our allies. And that has been confirmed, by the way, just in case you don't believe it. You didn't object when he likened our intelligence community to Nazis. You didn't object when he stood before the Memorial Wall of Stars at Langley, the memorial wall at CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia, and he told lie after lie about himself and the election, up to the point where he lied about rain not falling during his speech when we all saw the rain was falling on him. You didn't object while at the Helsinki summit he met behind closed doors with the Russian president. You didn't object to him banning the American press from covering that meeting. You didn't object to him when he emerged from that meeting and sided with Russian President Vladimir Putin over the findings of our own intelligence community. And by the way, to this point, we still don't know the substance of that meeting. We don't know what was discussed there. We don't know what they said to each other. They could have said hi and bye, and we wouldn't have known it. You didn't object when the Trump campaign admitted to accepting Russia's offer to help him defeat Secretary of State Clinton during the 2016 election. You didn't object when he stood before cameras and said, "Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing," referring, of course, to the cyber attack that Russia had committed on this country. You didn't object when it was confirmed that the basis for the Trump Tower meeting was a total fabrication that had nothing to do with adopting Russian children and everything to do with swinging the election, the 2016 election. You didn't object when it was revealed that Trump himself floated the cover story of adoptions from Russia. This was from Trump and his family himself. You didn't object when it was confirmed that his campaign staff had met with Russian agents over 150 times after claiming they never met with them at all. You didn't object when the Trump campaign declined to inform the FBI about the Russian advances. That smells of a cover-up. You didn't object when the Trump campaign manager gave internal data on 4 key battleground states to agents working for Vladimir Putin. And you sure as hell didn't object when those very same 4 battle states miraculously shifted towards Trump on election day. Again, cover-up. You didn't object when Trump kicked the Attorney General out of the room and asked the FBI director to let his national security advisor off the hook while lying about contacts with Russian agents. By the way, that's General Michael Flynn, in case anyone was wondering. You didn't object when Trump fired the FBI director, that particular FBI director, for declining to let General Flynn off the hook. You didn't object when Special Counsel Robert Mueller said that he couldn't establish a conspiracy largely because so many of Trump's staffers lied during their interviews, because Trump himself refused to submit to a live interview. You didn't object when Councilor Mueller cited no fewer than 10 instances of the president himself obstructing justice in his report. That in itself was an impeachable offense. You didn't object when it was revealed that he cheated on his wife with a porn star. In fact, a lot of you high-fived and you know exactly who you are. A lot of you high-fived and said, he's lucky to get so much ass. You didn't object when it was revealed that he paid off that porn star to the tune of $130,000 to buy her silence just prior to the 2016 election, in an illegal attempt to hide relevant facts from the electors. You didn't object when he withdrew the United States from the JCPOA, which was the first and only treaty that successfully kept Iran nuclear ambitions in check. You didn't object when he pulled us out of the Paris Climate Accords. You didn't object when he scuttled the Obama administration's clean air and water standards. You didn't object when he opened up vast tracts of protected wilderness to his friends in the oil and mining industries. You didn't object to the myriad of cases of violations of the emolument clauses. And that list is huge. You didn't object when he mocked a disabled man at one of his rallies, a reporter who he waved his hands around like he was stuck, and Trump said, I don't know what it is, I should remember. That in itself should have ended his political campaign. You didn't object to the recently discovered military stopovers at Trump properties in Scotland, just to line his own pockets. You didn't object when after mass shooting after mass shooting after mass shooting after mass shooting, he wouldn't lift a finger to protect every little school children from gun violence. One of his own biggest supporters is being sued, and from what I understand, is about to pay big for claiming that one of the shootings was a false flag operation. You didn't object when he started putting tariffs on everyone from China to Turkey, which have undeniably hurt millions of people around the world and shaken the stock markets. You didn't object when he gave the corporate farming industry $26 billion in compensation for their losses due to his tariffs. You didn't object when he channeled $3.6 billion in Pentagon appropriations to the Mexican border wall, his border wall. You didn't object when he called out against Islamic terrorism on multiple occasions, but never, ever, ever in the 4 years that he was in office, once for called out terrorism by white nationalists. From Charlottesville all the way to January 6th, he said nothing about white nationalist terrorism. You didn't object when he forcibly separated little children from their parents, the border nightmare that he himself created. You didn't object when he confined those children to chain-lit padlocks. You didn't object when a whistleblower revealed that the president has on multiple occasions said things that potentially undermined our national security and safety. You didn't object when his personal lawyer, his personal consultant, and his army of sycophants at Fox News have reported and consistently lied about all the above for 4 excruciating long years. So here's my question for you. What about any of the above do you actually believe entitles you the right to call yourselves patriots? In any other world than this bizarre world, would any of you make the rank of American? When this nightmare ends will remind you just how patriotic you were during these days. Your karma is going to sting, and it's just beginning right now. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.